Hello and welcome to episode 80 of Pentagon for Gold. Now today we have had the start to the transfer window at Juventus and a couple of players have done pretty well. We've had Minho who got the golden ball for the most goals in, or golden boot rather, for the most goals in a calendar year. He got I think 37 in the league, and another 13 in 14 continental games, 8 in 11 international games. He's quite a player. And then Hannibal actually got the Best Player in Europe award. I assume I don't know if that's the Ballon d'Or or if that is the best player in either the Europa League or Champions League. But he has been pretty immense for us. He got 20 goals and 16 assists in 32 games with 10 player of the matches. That's pretty impressive. He has been quite a player for us. And Frank has also been outstanding. He looks absolutely unreal. He hasn't won anything as far as I'm aware, at least not on an individual perspective. But look at this guy. Those physicals are brilliant. And he's not bad in other ways as well. As you can see, we've not signed anyone yet, apart from Mazilake Marul, who looks pretty promising. He's 19 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Certainly a good option to have up front for this team. He is a non-EU player, so that did reduce the number of players we could sign. Don't think I've actually gone for anyone really. Juan Jose Herrero, who is looking pretty good at this point for 17 years old as well. He is on his way in but hasn't joined quite yet. So ideally Juve will need to sign another non-EU player in that time. Now, if we have a look, we've got 70 million in the budget and 292k. But I'm not going to spend any of it because we have been approached by Bayern Munich. We actually went for the Real Madrid job and the United job before going for Bayern Munich. We actually were turned down by both Real Madrid and United. And United, we were turned down in favour of Frank de Boer. This guy, if you don't know, is an absolutely horrendous manager in real life. He's been at Porto for 11 years, so I'm not quite sure what he's done to get that United job. But, they will probably not be particularly competitive as a result of that. Anyway, here we are with our Bayern Munich job offer. We will start the negotiations, do the usual thing of just okay more than they are actually asking, and we'll take it. Only 32k per week is a bit of a surprise. What am I on at the moment? I am on 27k a week, so less than I thought, to be honest. I was expecting at this stage you'd be on sort of 100k a week, but clearly not. But I'm pretty excited to try and use Bayern Munich. They've got a very strong squad, and I reckon we could be challenging for the Champions League in not too long. A couple of signings here or there, because they genuinely do have a really, really strong squad. And I reckon we could be in a good position. So it's exciting. Stefan Baumgart was apparently the favourite for the job, but we were chosen in the end. I think they actually wanted Frank de Boer initially, but then obviously he's gone to United, so they then offered me the job. And 3.5 million in compensation for Juve. And so the Juve job that I had was the first time I've not won the the main continental competition, at least at the club that I was at. But it doesn't matter. We are going to try and win the Champions League this season. And we do actually. We've got some players that are outstanding, so it's really quite exciting. We've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Not quite as good as Di Jacobi. I think similar level to Sakar. So that's quite exciting because I was obviously struggling before with the lack of good goalkeepers, and it's nice not to actually have to spend anything. Let's see who is in the last year of their contract. Max de Croix. He looks pretty good, so we'll probably end up extending him just by a year. Weird to see Alphonso Davies being that much older, but I guess that's that's it really. We might as well do that since it's only favoured to win the DFB Pokal. We are expected to win a lot of stuff this season, so let's do that. And let's create our tactic. I don't really know what we should be expecting, but I will go with my usual. We'll go with the 4-3-3, I think. And let's see what we can do with this squad. Here is how I've gone with the team then. We've actually gone with a 4-2-3-1. We're going to probably be replacing Ravella because he is very good, but he's 33, so he's going to be getting worse. And he's already, he's not bad pace-wise, but I just think we can get someone with a bit more defensive tenacity, someone who's really, really elite defensively as our box-to-box midfielder. Ömer Öztürk is phenomenal, really, really nice, lots of high stats and 4.5 star as a deep line playmaker. The weakness of the squad at the moment is Alphonso Davies. Obviously, kind of crazy to think because he's outstanding in real life and probably for most of the FM save, but he is 34. He's lost a fair bit of pace already, and as a result, he's just not quite on the level that we'd be looking to win the Champions League, so we're going to need a left-back. We definitely don't need a centre-back, or at least not a first choice. We can probably look to bring in a backup option, as we don't actually have that many players. We've only got 4 options, and this guy looks decent, but I think we can do better. But the starting pairing that we've got are absolutely unbelievable. So Miguel Angel San Martin came from Chile, went to Augsburg, and then came to Bayern. In fact, it looks like he went straight from Chile to Bayern, and a couple of loans out in Germany and Cyprus. And we've got Albert Lundberg, who also looks unbelievable, is a model citizen and has ridiculous physical stats. This guy is good. They seem to have just bought really well, Bayern. They've got lots of players who came from slightly smaller teams but have done really well. Aziz Kamani, 22 years old, looks like a very good fullback. Could perhaps be better dribbling-wise and perhaps acceleration, but I think he's going to be well capable of doing the job. Rodriguez is another phenomenal player. Could maybe do a better finishing, but outside of that, very, very nice stats. Rubio has really unusual stats. I think in reality he's more of an attacking midfielder, but you'll see why we have him on the left-hand side in a moment. But 20 long shots is exciting. 16 free kick taking, 19 first touch. This guy has some cool stats. And where's he actually come from? Presumably Sevilla, right. I think that's where Rodriguez came from as well. Nope, I am completely making that up. Then Kadric is currently our starting striker. Only got 11 finishing. He is very good, so he'll probably be a backup winger, but he's not quite as good as some of the other options we've got. We then got Choi Jun-sik on the left-hand side, who can play there as an inside forward, potentially. He's a very good player. Korean from Daejeon. That is not where you'd expect him to be from, really. I don't know if Daejeon is even a particularly impressive team there, but yeah, he seems to have done well for himself. And then the star man is Federico Lujan, who's just come in from Liverpool, I believe, for 143 million. Goodness me. But you can see why he is absolutely phenomenal. I think he's going to be unbelievable as an attacking midfielder. In theory, I could play him as a striker, but you can probably guess who I want to get as my striker. Anyway, we've got a few other great options. Francisco Thiago. We've got a lot of options for attacking field and wingers, particularly on the right-hand side. This guy is very good as well. And I'm very excited about this guy, Kelvin Musa. unfortunately also a winger. He's 2.5-star at the moment with 5-star potential at 18. This guy is going places. I'm pretty sure of that. Think perhaps your Jamal Musialas in real life at Bayern. But yeah, we've got a very, very exciting squad. And we've also got a Thai forward who's pretty good. He could actually play as our striker. In fact, I'll probably put him there now just because he's actually a striker. But I think we'll be looking to get in Manuel Mino. Whether that's affordable, I don't know, particularly because we're also looking for a midfielder and a left back. But we can try. So, as you can see, we've been pretty big in the transfer market since we joined. Federico Lujan actually came before we did. He went to Bayern for 143 million from Liverpool. He is outstanding. Perhaps more than I would have spent, but he is really, really ridiculously good. So he's totally fine. Very happy to have him here. Then we also have Bruno Gentillini coming in. He came in for 58 million. I think it's 42 up front with 16 in installments, but he was our best option. And it's nice to have someone that we had at Juve back with us. And left back was really a weak position for us. Alphonso Davies was the only option. Now we have 2 options, and Alphonso Davies is not really up to the level anymore because he's too old. We then signed this 17-year-old who looks really good, Eniko Aramaio. We bought him for his 18.5 million release clause from Sociedad. He had interest from all sorts of other clubs, and it took quite a long time to get him in because he had lots of clubs that wanted him, and he had to consider all those options. But I'm excited to have him. He's 17 years old, already good enough to be starting for us at times, and I suspect he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the game pretty soon. We then also got Arialdo Crivella from Cruzeiro. He is a box-to-box midfielder, so he'll be competing with Ravella for that position. He's 20 years old, 3-star current ability, but 5-star potential, which is quite surprising. So he's clearly got some room to grow, which perhaps hasn't been reached at this point. But I think he can grow pretty quickly with us. Some very good stats. Could maybe do with better dribbling, but pretty much every other stat you'd want on a box midfielder is there and is high. So those were the cheaper signings that we made. We then went for Abdelkader Daoud, who you may remember was at Napoli. He's playing as an advanced forward, so that will show you the statistics that he's got. He can play as a pressing forward too. I don't know if we'll end up doing that. He's on 500,000 a week, which is a lot of money. Currently 90 million up front, and then I think there were like 40 million in installments of various kinds. He is a really good player. 18 acceleration and pace, 18 off the ball, 17 teamwork, 16 finishing, 17 first touch. So I don't think we're going to have any issues with him. He hasn't got the greatest goal record, actually, compared to what you'd expect. Not quite sure why that is. I think probably he's been playing as a pressing forward a lot, which doesn't really, suit. I mean, it does suit his stats, his attributes, but I think he's good enough to play as an advanced forward. If we then look at our outgoings, we managed to raise quite a lot of money through these guys. Where did I come in? I came in for Mark Sessions, who went to Shandong for 35 million or so. And then the rest of the sales were mostly in the 15 to 25 million mark, with the exception of Franz Hirschmann, who went to Porto for 30 million. And I was quite happy to get him out for that amount. He was going to be like my 4th choice midfielder or something, so it just didn't really make sense to keep him around. Nicolas Garcia, big loss made on this guy, 35.5 million after just one season, but I don't know why they signed him for that much, only to not play him. So, a bit weird. But very happy with the business we have done. We didn't manage to get enough money raised to sign, I don't know if he'll appear here, he won't, Mays, who is at Saint-Étienne. He is called, Bart Mays. He's the only I think Monaco and PSG and potentially Lille player in the Liga Dream 11. 4.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. And then, that is 4.5 for no black star because he's 23. But look at these stats, he's really quite impressive. We wanted him He actually came from Vaslin Beveren, went to Saint Etienne for 20.5 million. We bid about 55 million, couldn't get him, and we've actually made a bit of money extra by selling the clause that we had in. There's an El Salvadorian left back at Barcelona. We sold the profit clause on him that got us 13 or so million, and that was just a nice way to top up a transfer budget in preparation for, hopefully signing Mays at the end of the season or in January even. So today we are playing against Benfica in the Champions League. Unfortunately, we're missing Dawood and Crivella through injury, so Rivella starts in the midfield with Lujan up front and Rubio coming into the attack midfield position. I've just realised we've got Crivella and Rivella as our box-to-box midfield options. That's an interesting one. I'm sure it will be a bit confusing in the dressing room, but anyway, we go through into this next game. Mudryk is someone to watch out for. He was someone that I wanted a while back. Rafael Escott is also very good. They were both players that I was looking at with Juve. Now we're in a group here with Benfica and Chelsea, and then the third team is Slavia Praha. So we should be able to beat Slavia Prague pretty easily. Benfica should be pretty beatable as well, and then Chelsea should be the main challenge. We are actually third favourites for the Champions League this season, so we have a really, really good, strong squad, and it could be this season that we win the Champions League. We'll have to see. I suspect our main issue is the lack of depth at left back, because Alphonso Davies is actually out for 3 months as it happens anyway, so he's going to be even worse when he comes back. But he's just nowhere near the level of Gentillini, and if Gentillini gets injured as well, we're going to have no left backs. We've actually gone behind here against Benfica. That is not something that was on the cards, particularly when we're at home. I know away from home in Europe you often get weird results, but at home against Benfica with this squad, we should be blowing them away. Maybe we still will. Ozturk finds Rubio. Good ball into Gentillini. Crosses it for Rodriguez, and it's just over. Unlucky. It was a good bit of play there. Nice cross from Gentillini, and Rodriguez just couldn't keep it down. Unfortunate for us. And now a corner for Benfica. Ooh, almost, that might have touched the bar, but it's out for a goal kick. Could do with just a bit more control in this game. Rubio. 20 long shots and 16 free kicks, I think. Off the post, I think. That's unlucky. What are his free kick stats? Yeah, 16 free kicks, 20 long shots. This guy's going to be good from distance. And 16 technique as well, so he knows what he's doing. Come on, lads. Chaipichit Vashinin, or however you say his name, who's the Thai player that we have, is a bit unhappy at the moment. He wasn't happy that I'd signed Dawood because it made it seem like he was going to get replaced. Thankfully, Rivella and I think it's San Martin are both model citizens, which makes it very easy to sort out any of these issues. You just get them to talk to anyone and they'll basically sort out any issues they have, which is great. We basically won't ever have unhappy players. And now Rivella chasing back finds Karmani. Ozturk. Karmani has lots of space on the right hand side, beats his man, and Rodriguez's shot is blocked. The boys are definitely trying their hardest, but they're just not quite breaking through at the moment. Lujan's not having a great game. He's not really a striker, but I just feel like we don't have great options outside of him, at least when Dawood's injured. Go on attacking, trying to get a bit more from the boys. Let's see what happens from this corner. Lundberg into Karmani. Finds Rubio, just about keeps it in, and Omar Ozturk has tons of space here, and once again it's blocked. They're just sitting deep enough that it's really difficult to break through. Think we'll get Aramaio on, and Lujan can go on the right hand side, and we'll get Fazanen on. Yeah, Fazanen's got good finishing, so I think it'll be useful to get someone who's actually a capable finisher on the pitch, because a lot of the players here aren't great at finishing. And who else should we get on? Maybe we'll get Rubio on the left-hand side, and then we can get Kadric in attacking midfield, I think. That'll do. Come on, lads. Cleared out by the Benfica goalkeeper, and Gentillini's beaten to it by Quadrago. And he's put it comfortably wide. I think we'll just increase the tempo, try and get a bit more going on. I mean, we don't deserve to be losing this game at all, but that is the way it's going at the moment, and it's 2-0. Unbelievable. Cannot believe we are losing 2-0 at home to Benfica when our squad is this strong. That's not what you're expecting, really. And look, we've dominated. They had 2 shots on target and they scored both. No doubt, even if we score here, it's a bit late in the day. Lujan. Cross is blocked. They've just sat so deep, Benfica, and it's really been difficult for us to actually break through. Even when we get past them, they always have someone there to block it. And that's a decent effort from Kadric, just over. And that will be that. That's very, very disappointing, that performance. Definitely work to be done on the training pitch, and hopefully we can get ourselves motivated for the next games in the Champions League. That is our first loss of the season. We've had some good games so far in the Bundesliga, with the exception of a 2-2 draw against Leipzig, which isn't actually awful because they are a good team. But that is a really disappointing result, that 2-0 loss. Work to be done. And if we have a look at the Champions League group, we are in 3rd place because Slavia Prague got beaten even more convincingly by Chelsea. But of course, Chelsea are better than Benfica, so not the greatest position to be in at this point, really. And in today's game against Schalke, we've gone with a slightly rotated team. Kasprick comes in for Karmani. Lujan moves back into midfield to allow Fazanin to go up front. Dawood is actually almost ready to play. He's 4 days off, fully being back in training, but can supposedly play in today's game. Kelvin Musa, the 18-year-old, starts on the right wing in place of Rodriguez, just trying to get him to improve as much as we know he can. And yeah, that's the team for today. We've also got Crivella on the bench as well, who's 1 day away from being ready to train again. Let's go and put that Benfica loss out of our systems. If we have other issues, it may be a formation issue. I don't usually play 4-2-3-1, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't work. It's a favourite of the community. Maybe I'm not playing it gegenpress like a lot of people do, but I think we should be fine, to be honest. It's probably just a one-off game. We did dominate that last game. They were just a little bit more clinical, so maybe we need to make sure that we've got someone who always has 15 plus finishing. Quaresma claims the cross there, already making about as many saves as he made in the last game. And now Musa able to stretch his legs. He is very, very fast. Can he do something good? He potentially has won a penalty there. Didn't look like an awful tackle to me, so I can see this being overturned. But let's see, what's it going to be? Benjamin Cortus is the referee, and he says no penalty. So it was a good run from Musa, but a good tackle in the end from the defender as well. And can't feel too harshly done by with that one. It looked to me like a fair tackle. Ravella taking the corner, second in quick succession. Oh, and Fazanin had a free header there. Perhaps should have got it on target, but it was good movement from him to get into that position in the first place. And Ravella finds Kasprick on the right-hand side. Back into Ozturk, finds Musa, and Lujan can't finish. It was a weak shot. Not really what we're looking for there. Ravella. His corner is cleared out for a throw-in. I think I'll up the tempo again. I usually have it on higher, so I think it's just I accidentally put it lower. Bauer. Stubner passes it into Lujan, who incepts well and doesn't quite finish. It's a good save from Garzon. Unlucky from Lujan. That was really good play from him. Very very aware play. Ooh, good save again from Garzon. We're really starting to turn the screw here, but we just can't find a way through at the moment. Garzon really playing well. San Martin can't do anything from that corner. I think let's go for that. Motivated a couple of the boys. Come on, lads. Vincent Kompany is the Schalke manager. It's quite an interesting one. I think he was actually in the running for the Man City job over the summer, but I think they must have gone for someone else in the end. Going to go attacking. Try and turn the screw more. And Gentillini able to track back and collect this ball. Oh, it's a really good ball into Lujan, who makes no mistake with the finish. And that's his second goal for the club. Great ball from San Martin to break through the Schalke defence, who had just started to move back up, with the ball moving all the way back towards the halfway line. And Ravella's corner is cleared out, but he gets another chance to send it in. And that might be a penalty, that one. Looks like there's no VAR on this, so I think it's going to be given as a penalty. Or it is a VAR, but he's not going over it to it. And yeah, it's given. Let's see who's taking it. Probably Fazanen. Yeah, it is. And he puts it home. And 2-0 up. I think that's fair for how we've played. Definitely been the better team here so far. But could do with being a bit more ruthless, I think, in general. And I think we will get... Yeah, we'll get Oztukov for Aramaio. Perhaps Fazanen can come off for Daoud. And I think we will get Ravella off for Crivella. Get some fitness into the two injured players. Hopefully it won't backfire and they won't, be injured massively as a result of playing here. But I think we should be fine. And Musa, oh, it's unlucky. Good effort. Saved by Garzon again. He's clearly made a lot of saves, Garzon, at least 7. Given we've had 9 shots on target so far, and probably he's claimed a couple of crosses. So I can imagine he'll have claimed about 9 or 10 saves in this game, which is quite an impressive performance from the goalkeeper. Chance for Schalke to break here. We're a little bit too open there. Oh, it's a great block from Lundberg. Actually, it's him that's the model citizen rather than San Martin. I had a quick check. But yeah, the top 2 players in our club's hierarchy are the model citizens. So that's really, really helpful for pretty much everything you could imagine. Kasprick. And it looks like it's hit a hand. So I guess we got a penalty here. He's going a very long way to the monitor. But I think the fact that it was a hand means it's definitely going to be a penalty because there's not really much to review. They wouldn't have stopped play if there wasn't a hand. No penalty, okay. Oh, okay, it's a free kick then. That makes sense. Lujan having a good game. Daoud not quite being able to get involved yet. In fact, we didn't really see Daoud play at all in that game. But you will next time, hopefully, provided he's not injured again. I'm sure he will play a part. And we're actually second in the league at the moment, behind Mönchengladbach. They must be doing pretty well. I don't know how their squad compares to ours, but you'd expect we'd overtake them at some point this season. So let's hope that happens. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time. But in the meantime, have a great day.